about your frustration after the game. How are you feeling with the receiver this week and practice?
I'm feeling good. Nothing changed, you know what I'm saying? So just gonna keep working, you know. I'm sure we've been coaches been dialing up a plan so I can, you know, they can move him around in different spots or whatnot. But there's no big deal. I'm just gonna keep playing. So that's all.
What kind of conversations do you have with Kenny this week? I know he said that you've been pretty covered up, but I mean, how do you kind of talk to him and say, hey, you can still try to trust me with the ball, or maybe we can try this or this?
No, it's just really just having that one-on-one with him, you know, just, you know, trying to see what I can do, you know, say, try to get in his vision more or, you know, just to get him to look my way more. Not saying it's a bad thing with him not looking my way, but, you know what I'm saying, just trying to get more opportunities. That's all it is. Trying to build our relationship more, you know what I'm saying? That's going to continue to grow over time, so I'm not really, you know, stressing it as much. Just, like I said, communicating is a big key to me at least, and that's what I'm going to continue to do with them.
Are teams doubling you up? I mean, are they guarding you different than they have in previous years?
Yeah, for sure. They're trying to take me out of the game. Obviously, I mean, I talked to Coach T. It's like teams can only do that for so long. It's just how we, you know, come up with the game plan to move me around. If they do, you know, tend to try to take me out of the game and get me in those different spots so I can have those one-on-one matchups with linebackers and stuff like that. And, you know, just different ways I can help the team out, move the ball down the field.
Yeah, so what was his advice on how to deal with it? What was Mike's advice on how to deal with that and how have you dealt with all the extra attention that you've gotten this year?
No, I can't really. How can I say? I can't really worry about trying to play great. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there and play. Just, you know, be myself. And try not to press, because, you know, the more you do that, the more you're not really. I feel like playing for the team. You know what I'm saying? It's more for yourself. So I kind of don't want to, you know, go down that road. I want to be all in with my guys, and if stuff not going my way, continue to show that I'm continuously getting open. You know, just trying to get open and trying to help the team out any way I can, you know, not complaining about it. That's the big thing. It's just that's the toughest part, just not complaining about it when you continuously just winning. But it's football, you know, I'm responding the right way. You just keep playing.
Have you seen it happening more since Chase got traded? They're focusing more on you.
I mean, yeah, obviously you see it, but it's what can I do? What can I do differently out there? What could the coaches do differently? As far as getting me in different spots. And those are the few things we've been talking about this whole week. You know, we're going to put it on film and, you know, just continue to get ready for Monday.
Anything else?
Diontae, ESPN's metrics say you get open as well as anybody in the league. Is that something you take a pride in a lot in terms of they have like a whole breakdown numbers-wise? Is that, do you see that as your strength, and what is kind of is there a secret to getting open?
Yeah, I mean, I seen it. I was excited. I didn't really know they did stuff like that, but I took that, you know, it's a compliment to me. Just my work, you know, it shows that I work hard and what I do good at. I'm putting it on film consistently, and it's really no secret. It's just working and believing in yourself. You know, all that comes from within. So I'm real big on confidence. And every time I step to the line, I always got a game plan. If they stop that one, I got another counter move for it. So I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, I'm always ready and willing to work and really willing to get better each and every day. So.
Is that something you can lean on when you get frustrated that maybe you're not getting the targets that you want? That you can say, look, I am putting in the work. Here's, you know, the stats to back it up, kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you say, just keep getting open and the ball. Something gonna happen. They gotta see you eventually. So, like I said, I always gotta be ready. You never know when the ball gonna come to you. So if you're not locked in and, you know, ready in that moment, you never know what can happen. Something bad can happen. You know, that play you could have caught the ball and scored or whatever. So just always got to be ready and you know, stay locked in. Can't be worried about not getting the ball. Just keep playing.
George, first off, what happened at the end with Tyler Boyd there? You say you got ejected for that? Was that something?
Nah, not really. I'll probably just say I was really more focused on the game. You know, I had a great game, so I don't really, you know, pay no attention to it. Really put no harp on it.
Coaches talk to you at all about what happened? I know ejection happened in the final seconds of the game. But is that a conversation that they have with you just so that doesn't happen again?
That's like one of the reasons. Like it ain't really nothing. You see what I mean? In the finals, it ain't nothing really. You see what I mean? I can see if it was a jeopardizing position in the game, it hurt the lead, it destroyed the game. You know what I mean? Like there was the reason we lost. Nah, it was just, you know what I mean? So it really was nothing really you could say.
George, are the opportunities to get down the field increasing, or is the ball just coming more often now?
Yes, I wouldn't say, you know, increasing because we kind of been, it's the same stuff like I always say, it's the same stuff, just opportunity. So, you know, whenever I get open or Tay get open or anybody else get open, whenever the ball is delivered and if he's, you know, wide open or if he makes a catch, you know what I mean? It's just the opportunity you make.
What was some of the positives you guys found in, first 30-point game of the season?
Really, I'll probably say stretching the field and then third down conversions. On third down, we kind of capitalized, which in any football game you have to do, you know, to win the game or sustain points. So I feel like that game we really did good on third down. It was a lot of good stuff to take away from that game on offense, for real, for real.
Where have you seen Kenny improve the most just since he's kind of taken over the starting job?
Really everything, you know what I mean, as far as like learning and getting into the groove. At first, you know, we all new to this, so every day is going to be new. You see what I mean? Like tomorrow, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm brand new to the system, same thing with him. So him just growing and knowing as we just go through the season, stuff going to start to click, you know, opportunity going to start to rise, like I was saying.
What do you feel like is your comfort level when Kenny gets out of the pocket or has to scramble as far as working that scramble drill? Or is that something you feel like is still kind of a work in progress?
Scramble drill are kind of hard, you know, to describe because it's free play. You know what I mean? You never know what can happen. I could run over, back, you know what I mean? So as far as scramble drill, I feel like whatever happens. Scramble drill is like you know, he breaks out of the pocket, he want to run, he want to throw, you know what I mean? So whatever kind of happens, you kind of adjust to it. That's kind of, you know, scramble drill.
George, you mentioned starting to click. How well do you think your relationship is with Kenny right now, and how much is that what we're seeing on the field?
To be honest with you, me and Kenny been cool really the whole time. You see what I mean? That's why I can only really say opportunity because nothing has changed between, you know, me and his relationship or on the field. You know what I mean? Like we've been kind of connected since the first, you know, since he's kind of, you know, had his opportunity. So me and Kenny have always been cool, and now it's just, you know, sustaining it because, you know, it's the back part of the season. So you kind of do the same thing, and you want to be good at it.
Did you meet Kenny at the Combine or at any of the stuff?
Yeah.
What do you remember about being with him at the Combine or talking with him, meeting him there?
He was real laid back, you know what I mean, like a cool type guy. A lot of other QBs, they had different personalities. I talked to them too, you know, just being around them. And Kenny was just, you know, more of like a strictly business. I don't want to say strictly business, but, you know, laid back, and he's not, you know, somebody not to joke around with. You know, he's kind of going to take it seriously. He want to be great. That's really the biggest thing. He want to be great. So when I met him then, that's when I knew. And we didn't know, you know what I mean, we didn't know we were going to, I didn't know I was going to go. He didn't know he was going to go to the Steelers. But when we linked up, it was like, you know, old friends again. So that's why I was saying, me and Kenny, all like before we even got to the team we were going to get to, we've always been cool. So now we're just trying to sustain it. You know what I mean?
Have you
really
seen
sensed
that
it in rookie camp when you guys had that first rookie opportunity here?
Yeah, and that was another thing. Training camp, you know, Ricky standing in the dorms, you know, like I said, that's our first season, so we only hanging with rookies. You know what I mean? So like, we've always had a good sustainability, and it's just, you know, keeping it up, keeping it going. You don't want to, you know, fall off or have a, you know what I mean? You want to kind of keep that going.
Do you feel like that connection is there with him and the rest of the receiving corps?
I feel like it can be, you know what I mean? I don't think it is just because they ain't come out the same year I came out. They ain't get to meet Kenny in the Combine, you know what I mean? So beforehand. But I feel like if you just now meet a person, you know, you can kind of work your way to that. It's just it's okay if I met him first or anything like that, but you can kind of get that exposure and get that, you know, mutual relationship if you just work with it.
Does he still have that same, or did you sense that same striving to be great, you know, while he was backing up Mitch and trying to work his way into the starting job?
Yeah, and that's really the good thing about, you know, the NFL and the league, because now Mitch is doing the same thing. You see what I mean? Like, he never slacked off either. He never anything like that. He's still working, and Kenny was doing the same thing when Mitch was, you know, had his opportunity. So they all wanted to be great, and I feel like in order for us, you know, to make it work or get a win or get more wins than we normally do is just sustainability and years, to be honest.
It's been 2 games in 3 weeks since Chase has been traded. Have you doing the same? Has your role changed, and how much has it changed? Are you doing the same route tree, same?
Yeah, I'm doing the same. You know, in the NFL, you got to run every route. So yeah, I'm doing all the same routes. making the same play, you know what I mean? So for me, it's not really been, I kind of just been going through the same routine every day. I kind of got a routine, and now that's kind of what I do, you know what I mean? So ain't nothing really changed, to be honest, you know what I mean?
First of all, just classic Thanksgiving. That's probably a little cliched and overblown, but just what's it like for you playing in prime time the week of Thanksgiving?
It's special, I feel like. Last couple of years I was able to play on Thanksgiving, so Monday Night Football is kind of the same. I mean, growing up, looking at those games around Thanksgiving, you're with your family, you're with your loved ones, it's always a good time. Most of the time I was outside playing football, with cousins and stuff, so it's dope to be playing again.
Say big turkey bowl action then.
Big turkey bowl.
As a kid growing up.
Yeah, getting hurt and everything.
Even more cliche, what's your favorite Thanksgiving part of it?
My favorite, probably yams and macaroni, like touching together, you know what I mean? Classic.
Mixed up a little bit.
Absolutely.
How about as you look ahead to this game? Mike Tomlin said that stopping Jonathan Taylor, slowing him down is the biggest point of emphasis. Just what are some of the challenges? What will be important for you guys defensively?
Yeah, I played him a couple times already. Great running back, has incredible speed once he gets to the second level, and he has really good balance too. So he's first and foremost who we have to stop, and he's active out the backfield too. And so definitely a tough player to go against. But they have some good receivers as well. Like I said, I've played the Colts last couple times, and they have some really good skill. 11 is really good. I know he gets a lot of catches, a lot of targets over there. And 1 is pretty fast as well. And then they have that new guy, 14, who's really well as well, out of Cincinnati, I think. And he makes a lot of plays downfield. And so definitely a challenge. We have to be prepared this Monday night to go out there and get a win.
For you guys, is it a little bit challenging when a team changes coaching staff? And obviously you don't have control over that in that way, but just in the way that they scheme things and having such a small sample size of what they've done recently?
Yeah, things definitely change a little bit. But at least we do have some games now, like it's the first game, you know what I mean? So you never really know a team's tendencies until you go in there. Teams kind of change from week to week, especially if you have some experience against them, which I know the Steelers have played them in the past, especially the coach as well. And so you kind of have to look back and past experience and past film and kind of go off those and try to learn from those tapes. But I mean, they do a great job. They've been pretty competitive the last couple of games. Only lost by 1 point against Philly, who's a great team. And so, I mean, you see they have an identity to give Taylor the ball and run it and establish a run game. So we'll have to be ready in all phases. They make corners tackle, and so it's definitely a physical week for us.
Levi, what are the biggest things you guys are working on as a defensive unit as a whole?
I mean, same things that we've always been trying to work on. Stopping the run, first and foremost. Now allowing explosive plays and then taking the ball away. I think we just need to continue the emphasis on those three, and we'll be in good shape.
This is as healthy as you guys have been. Do you expect to see some progress here as you guys get more and more time together as a whole unit?
We take things 1 week at a time, and teams play us differently. We'll kind of go from there. I mean, we're glad that we're getting healthy at the right time. We still have 7 more games, so it's just 1 game at a time, kind of go off of that.
How much, having all 3 safeties now in advance now, how much do you think that's going to help the secondary going forward?
Yeah, having those 3 safeties, especially when they're on the field together. I mean, all 3 of them can ball. Great to have Casey back out there as well. He's a great player, and I'm glad that we have Minka back out there. I mean, crazy how fast he came back off that injury or off that surgery. And so, just having all 3 of those guys, including TE, who's been real consistent for us, definitely great to have that depth and safety spot. And when you put 3 safeties on the field like we have in the past, I mean, those guys work really well together. And so I have complete trust in all of them behind me, and I feel good behind them.